Today we're going to discuss an aspect of keyword research that a lot of SEO experts aren't familiar with or just are not considering, and that is search intent. And this is different from keyword intent. Keywords such as transactional keywords or informational keywords or navigational keywords are just high-level categories of what our best guess the keyword is. Instead, search intent really focuses on what is the question that Google is trying to answer with your keyword. So I'm going to take several keywords that were given to me by students from the class, and I'm going to just walk you through how I determined what the search intent is for those keywords. So we're going to start out first with design a room. This keyword comes from a website that provides expensive home decor, and they want to rank number one on this keyword. And so when I worked with the student on it, I asked her what she felt someone searching on this keyword was looking for. And she shared that it was probably someone trying to decorate their room. So we decided to do a search on it. And when you take a look here, there's a couple things to notice. First of all, there is no knowledge graph here, and this is what Google is pulling from major websites around it. Generally has transactional value for Google particularly. And then we do have 3 ads. Best online room designers, design your dream room online, and space planning services. So 2 out of the 3 ads are about designing your room online. And if we look at the results, virtual room designer, online room planner, 3D room designer, we've got the questions here. Where can I design my own room online for free? Is there an app to design a room? What is the best app for designing a room? And then 10 best free online virtual room programs and tools, and 5 room planner. So you can see the top 5 results. 2 out of the 3 ads are targeting tools that help you design a room online. And so if the website that wants to rank on this keyword were to create, let's say, an article about the best furniture to design a room, they are never going to rank on this key term, at least at the top. They're never going to break into the top 5 that we just looked at here. And the reason for that is because Google feels the question that is being asked by the searcher is, what is the best online software to design a room? And so when you're doing your keyword research, what you want to do is, let's jump over there. Here is your spreadsheet. So after you've filled out all of these here, your search intent is, what is the question that Google is trying to answer? So we would put here, what is the best online room design software? Or some variation of it. And that's really what you want to put in here, is you want, for the search intent, is what is the question that Google is answering? Now the notes here, you'll notice that on this tab, which is your selected keywords tab, you don't have the notes on your other 2 tabs. And the reason for that is you're really going to put here, how are you going to address this keyword? And it's not required for the assignment you're doing, but it hopefully will give you an opportunity for future assignments to quickly say, okay, if we want to rank on this keyword, this is the sort of thing we must do. So either their client needs to create a software, or they need to create content about the best software online, and you would put that in the notes right there. So let's do another one. Let's do best photographers in Hawaii. Okay, so right away we see that local is obviously a play here. And our ad is Eternal Tides Photography, Intimate Wedding Photographer. And then we have just the businesses here. And then we have the best 10 photographers in Honolulu, wedding photographers in Honolulu, Then we have the questions. Are photographers based in Honolulu affordable? Who are some of the top rated photographers in greater Honolulu? Which Honolulu area photographer would you recommend for artistic wedding photos? So I'm seeing a lot of just wedding. And so I'm going to just do a Command or Control F and type in wedding and just scroll through where I can see, yeah, definitely Google is seeing a lot of searchers looking for wedding photographers. But here's something that's interesting that you would put in your notes. Notice that the first result in the organic doesn't have any mention of wedding. And we can see the same here for local. Both of these are the first one. So there's probably two reasons for that. And we can see even number 3 here, there's no mention of wedding. And the reason for that is Google isn't 100% sure that people are only looking for wedding photographers. And so they're probably having a fair amount of traffic to both of these, but they're probably having more traffic just because we're seeing it all over here to weddings. So again, you would jump back over here. You would put in who are the best wedding photographers in Hawaii. And then in the notes, I would make a mention that the number 1 listing and the number 3 listing in the organic results didn't have anything to do with weddings, or more particularly, they were broader to capture those searchers who might not be interested in a wedding photographer. Okay, let's do one last keyword here, and let's look at dark pop music. Okay, so right away I notice some very interesting things with this result. First is there's no knowledge graph over here on the right. And second is that Wikipedia is the number 1 result, which tells me that more than likely, Google is trying to answer the question of what is pop music. And so if we go scrolling down, we have who are your favorite dark pop artists. Then we have several stations from top dark pop artists. And then finally, for our number 5 is we have the definition. So we have a mixed bag here. And this is something that I would put in the notes on the spreadsheet. Is Google is not quite sure what the primary question is of this search. 2 of the main results are defining what dark pop music is, and then we have another 2 which come from both from last.fm, which are stations of dark pop music. So Google is probably saying we have some users that are looking for artists or people that are exploring the music. And so you're going to get a lot of different users coming to your website if you're able to rank on this. These are very powerful websites that have powerful pages on it. So it would be a difficult keyword to get there, but it's also not a very focused keyword. And so that's something to take into consideration, that there's multiple questions that Google is answering here. And you're going to see probably a shuffle a bit of these results as it's trying to answer that question and see if there's something better when people type in dark pop music. So there you have it. That's really what you are looking for with search intent. What is the question that Google is trying to answer? And all you need in your keyword research worksheet is the questions that Google is trying to answer, and then just some notes if it makes sense about things you're seeing in the search results. So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, always reach out.